Thank you. It's false sun. You won't get burnt, right? Is that how it works? Yes, thank you. Well, just how you envisioned. Better. Yeah.
I give Jason his dues.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. As the owner and president of AU Associates, I'm pleased to welcome you to the official grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony for Kearney Ridge Apartments, a project that has produced 252 affordable apartments for families on Lexington's north side. This is the largest affordable housing development at one location in Lexington in the last 20 years, maybe even 30 years. At a cost of over $44 million, this affordable family development is a collaborative effort spearheaded by AU Associates. We are a locally owned company specializing in the production, financing, and management of quality, safe, affordable housing for over 30 years. Featuring 96 one-bedroom, 96 two-bedroom, and 63 bedroom units, this development features market-rate amenities at an affordable price. As with any project, it would be impossible to do it alone, and we are grateful for all of our important project partners. And I would be remiss if I did not thank my development team for their dedication and hard work. We are now open for leasing, and during the last 45 days, we have moved in over 60 families who now call Kearney Ridge home. Kentucky Housing Corporation, our state housing finance agency, has played a critical role in allocating the resources to help produce affordable housing here in Lexington. The tax credits they allocated resulted in over a $14.1 million investment by Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing. OCCH has been a steadfast and amazing partner in helping us navigate the rising interest rate environment and helping us deliver this project on time and on budget. Their commitment to housing Kentuckians is unmatched, and their partnership with Bellwether Enterprises and Fifth Third on our permanent and construction financing has made this project a reality. Additionally, I must thank our project architects, Warren Grove with Studio A Architecture, our civil engineer, Steve Garland with Prime AE, and our entire construction team at the Weber Group, including Mark, David, Max, Jason, Carl, and Cody. As you can see, we are in great hands here, and we look forward to many more projects with this team. I would now like to introduce Mayor Linda Gordon of the City of Lexington and recognize the yeoman's work her staff within the Department of Housing Advocacy and Community Development has brought to this project. Using both money from the Affordable Housing Fund and from federal home funds, the city's $2.5 million investment in affordable housing at this property speaks volumes about the continued, measured dedication by this administration to creating high-quality affordable housing in our urban service area, and the vision of our council and our leaders to make this investment in our community possible. Without these continued investments, the production of affordable housing would not happen here in Lexington. Mayor?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johan. Some of you remembered back with me what a blast we had at the groundbreaking. That has to be one of the highlights of my tenure in groundbreakings. I got to push the cap and blow the ground up. So thank you again. In addition to Councilmember Lynch, whom you will hear from in just a minute, I'd like to welcome other council members who are here. We have Councilmember James Brown. He's very smart. He's in the shade. Councilmember Whitney Baxter, right here. Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds. And have I missed any council members? We are really thrilled to have our council members with us this morning. And this is an exciting day. So as you look around at these 252 apartments, I often talk about 800 new affordable apartments are coming online this year. This is 252 of them. This is huge and it's wonderful. So this is a big chunk, and even though it is a big project, it's an infill project, which is even better. These apartments are open to people whose incomes are at or below 60% of area median income. Since 2014, the city has been part of many affordable housing projects and partnerships, allocating $34 million and leveraging with that $34 million, $395 million to build or preserve 3,450 affordable housing units, including this development. It always takes partners to make the numbers work in an affordable housing project, and that is certainly true here. Partners in this project include the state, the city, and the private sector. And I want especially to mention someone who is here with me today who is right in the middle of this, and that is Charlie Lanter, right over here. He is my Commissioner of Housing Advocacy and Community Development, and among all the other areas in government that he oversees our affordable housing and has done a really great job. There's much more to come. This year, we've dedicated an additional $10 million in federal funds, plus $3.5 million in local funds, all to build or rehabilitate affordable housing units. And that is really great news. So, Johan, congratulations to you and your team. Thank you very much. We're really excited for this. Thank you again.
Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Shayla Lynch, the council member for District 2, and a longtime friend and ally for affordable housing, to talk about what affordable housing means in her district.
Thank you so much, Johan. We are longtime friends and are partners in this movement for affordable housing, so I appreciate that so much. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2nd District. Thank you all for being here today. Affordable housing and housing affordability is an issue that I've been passionate about for many, many years, dating back to my time at the Fair Housing Council. It's an issue that I can identify with personally, because just 3 short years ago, I was struggling to find a house that I could afford in this city. So this issue is just not only professionally important to me, but personal as well. And so thus, I'm very, very excited to be here today to celebrate the opening of Kearney Ridge Apartments. A big thank you to AU Associates and your whole team for continuing to be consistent in building affordable housing for not only my neighbors here in the 2nd District, but for our citizens around the city of Lexington and Fayette County. Thank you to all the community partners that have worked diligently with us to get us here to this day. I'm ecstatic that more of my neighbors, not only in the 2nd District, but across the city, will have access to some affordable housing. And I thank you all for being just dynamic community partners for our city. Thank you again.
Thank you, Shayla. And now I'd like to introduce Diane Beidelman with Kentucky Housing Corporation. Kentucky Housing Corporation is the state housing finance agency responsible for the overall production of affordable housing using the low-income housing tax credit in the state of Kentucky.
I had a speech all prepared, but we've talked about affordable housing, and I have been a part of affordable housing for about 15 years and a resident of Lexington. So Mayor, thank you for your commitment to affordable housing, to see the needs of so many people here, and to see in this area. Kentucky Housing is a provider of a lot of affordable housing throughout the state. We like to partner with AU and with Ohio CAP and so many other folks to bring these type of apartment complexes together. Without them, a number of Kentuckians would not have safe, affordable housing. And so we were glad to partner here and provide $22.6 million in tax-exempt bonds and over $1.5 million in low-income housing tax credits. Without all of your all's help and partnership, this wouldn't have occurred, and Kentucky Housing wouldn't be able to provide affordable housing throughout the state. So I'm just very thankful to be a part of this, and thank you all for all of your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. And finally, I'd like to introduce Annie Ross, who is the Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing Vice President of Development. She is our main point person here on the ground that we deal with our equity investor. And let me tell you, when we closed this project in February of 2022, we were just starting to see the end of a pandemic. So getting it started was a big deal. And then interest rates started to rise, and they kept rising, and they kept rising. And we went from a construction loan that we closed at 3.5% to one now that it's over 8.5%. So it took all of the wisdom of Ohio Capital and our partners to figure out how to keep building and financing this project in that tough market. And we couldn't be more thankful for their help. Annie?
Well, thanks, Johan. That was a great introduction. And, our partnership with AU is something that we find to be very special. My name is Annie Ross. I'm with Ohio Capital Corporation. I'm here with my colleagues, Eric Klipfer and our CEO and President, Catherine Cawthon. And it is my pleasure to speak on our behalf. So, like I said, it's my pleasure to be here to recognize you all and the impactful work that you are doing, especially in this beautiful city of Lexington. Your staff, in union with all of your partners, have worked tirelessly to make this dream a reality. And I think you see that across the board whenever you come out to grand openings. It takes a village. This is not something that can be done alone, but you definitely need leadership such as Johan's and such as the mayor's to be able to bring affordable housing for the residents. So thank you, and thank you to you all for giving us the opportunity to be here today and to partner on something that is so needed and necessary. With the commitment of our investors in Ohio Equity Fund 31, most notably Fifth Third, who we appreciate very much for the partnership and the work you have done to help bring this Kearney Ridge to reality. We were able to commit a little over $14 million in equity to Kearney Ridge. And then with Fifth Third, also, they were able to provide the construction loan in the amount of approximately $31 million. So without their help and without the work that you all have done, I know it would have been a little bit harder to bring Kearney Ridge to where it is today. So Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing is a nonprofit financial intermediary. We are based in Columbus, Ohio. In 2022, we surpassed $6 billion in equity investments, which is a big number, but we can't do that alone. We need our partners and the communities to support that, to bring the affordable housing for a lot of communities across the states of Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, Tennessee, and Pennsylvania. I think that's where our footprint is now. While OCCH is grateful to be able to play a role, I would not be here speaking with you all, but for the devoted staffs of so many other organizations, there's a great need for affordable housing, and we cannot say that enough. It takes heart and resolve to get where we are today. As a mother of 2 young children, I often find that it resonates that the days are long, but the years are short, and it takes heart and soul to get through those long days. So to all the development team that we've been speaking about today, Kentucky Housing Corporation, Bellwether, Fifth Third, the Affordable Housing Fund of Lexington, Fayette, Urban County, the City of Lexington, Fifth Third, Weber Construction, and so many others. Thank you for being part of something so significant. Johan and the rest of the AU team, we are certainly thankful for the trust you continue to put in Ohio Capital Corporation. And I don't know that any residents are here, but my favorite part of this speech is saying welcome home. Welcome home to those 60 that are already in place and to the future almost 200 that will follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. As we wind up, I just also want to say thank you to my over 20 staff members who are here today who live in the greater Lexington area. We call this place home as well. And I want to let them know that they're seen, the work you do, the people we serve, the good that we do from our community is important and it's valued. And as we add 252 units to AU's portfolio, which is a lot of units at one time, I want to recognize how hard they've worked to make this happen and how hard they continue to work as we have over 200 other units in Lexington under construction right now as well. So thank you to our project partners and our staff. I think at this point we're going to, right behind me, we're going to cut the ribbon. We have hors d'oeuvres and refreshments behind you. In building 7, which is straight behind me here, units 7 and 8, 7107 and 7108 are open for viewing. There's a 2-bedroom and a 3-bedroom, so you can see what we have available in this community. Our clubhouse is over to your right. Feel free to walk around and see the market rate amenities we have here for our affordable residents that we're very proud of. We think that all of our residents deserve that experience with a pool, a playground that's coming, things that make this feel like a awesome community to live in. So with that, thank you for coming today, and I appreciate your support.